well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Uh, 30-watt JPT.
Okay. Pascal is amazing. He's such a sweetheart.
Good guy.
Yeah, he's came over. He's had dinner with me and my
Oh
mom.
yeah.
Um,
The only lens I've worked with thus far is the 70 millimeter.
okay.
Calibrated and done all that. The only thing I haven't done is set my jump settings. I've left them on like 500, 500, 500, 0 or
Oh,
something
I'll get him better for you.
like that. All right.
I
But
probably won't be able to get him 100% perfect because that's the only thing. But I'll get you like 98% of the way there.
yeah, as long as they don't, it's not screwing stuff up. I understand it would save time in the long run,
Yeah.
but then I have a 150 lens that I haven't even taken out of the box yet, really.
Okay. Honestly, for the coin, the 70 would be best.
That's what I thought. That's why I started with it.
Yeah, that's gonna be best. Like I use the 70 for all things under 3 inches,
Uh-huh.
jewelry, cutting. The 150 I use for like knives, pictures of stuff,
Got you.
firearms. You said you have a 2 or 300 as well, or you just have those two?
Just those two.
Okay, that's perfect. I will say if you ever want to do like a bunch of like plastics and like
Uh-huh.
actual pictures of like dogs and stuff,
Yeah.
definitely get a 200 millimeter.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
definitely. They're only an extra lens is like $120.
Right. I was surprised that
Yeah,
there was.
in China, in America, they're like 600.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah.
No, yeah, share us up, man, and we'll do a deep engraving. You said they are brass coins, right?
Yep. I got a
Yep,
whole bunch of different ones. So, you want me to share full screen?
yep, yep, yep.
All right. So, all right. I'm screen sharing. Let me launch Lightroom.
Oh yeah, we on a Mac. This first time, yeah.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
No
So,
worries.
there we go. Uh,
I can't see nothing.
tell me when you
Oh
can.
no, I was about just for your pals. I was letting you know I couldn't
Oh,
see
okay.
any password.
All right. So I've started like my laser is power, it's connected and everything, but it's powered down and starting from 0. So
Okay.
I can show you what I've done so far with what settings. I don't know if this is, let's see, engraving and materials test. So I have a big, this is like a quick look at my progress with the engraving I have thus far. See if this opens. Come on. Here we go.
Looks like some 3D stuff, man.
Yeah, so, I don't know why it's not opening. Let's see, force quit, force quit. We'll reopen this stuff. Let me get this guy. I don't know why the hell that's not opening. All right, let me see if I can close some applications here. It seems like my computer is having a
No worries.
difficult time.
No worries.
UV view service. I don't know what the hell that means. Okay. So, um, okay, here we go. I have to zoom it way again. So this is my like kind of progress so far. This was from an STL file that I just used like an online converter to convert into a grayscale.
Not
Uh,
bad. That last one, it looks really good.
yeah, I was doing testing, so it's only like 20 millimeters, and I need to turn it into like 30 or 40, and then I'm having a little more difficulty with that, but we're kind of getting there.
We'll get you there, man. It's a lot.
Yeah, you're not
I
kidding.
know, but hey, you'll see. I'm gonna break things down
Okay, cool.
so much easier than what a lot of people you see in the groups.
All
Uh,
right, excellent. So, whoops, I will power up the laser. Um, I'm gonna stop the share here. I'm just gonna try and show you via this.
You got background blur on, so everything I can't see nothing.
Oh, that's right.
No, it should be
Let's
underneath the
show
camera.
you my setup. Oh, and I'm also sharing. We stop the share. Oh no, not okay. Video. Uncheck that. All right. So this is my little guy here. I've just
Sweet.
made this enclosure. I have to spray paint the background.
Nice. Yeah, I love the little mobile units. They're great.
Yeah, I like it. So that's, I don't know if you can see it, but I got
Yeah, is
the
that a focal
air
length? What is that? Oh,
with,
it's tape. I got you. Never
oh
mind.
yeah, I did that so I wouldn't forget to take the lens cap off.
I got you.
There you go. So I've got that air assist going. And here's my little, this is basically what I've been using.
All right.
You can see that. And then my vent situation goes out my window.
Okay,
And
yeah, that's what I did for the longest time too.
for it kind of complicated situation, but
Here, man, I'll send you a picture. Like I just drilled a 8-inch hole in the attic.
okay.
Just went right on up.
Yeah, I'm kind of worried about my neighbors and they're getting all my dust, but all
Here's
right.
what it is, man.
Exactly. They'll be fine. I'm not doing like pumping out large scale production. So
Oh yeah. So yeah, share us up. Was that copper, or you said you do have an extra brass coin we could
yep,
use?
I got brass. So
Sweet. Now, hey, do you are these from Amazon or from that link, or where are these guys
oh,
from?
these are from the connection you gave me.
Umberry. Yeah, he's great. I hate the Amazon
Oh, not
coins.
Umberry. I do have some Umberry ones, but the ones I got from the not Alibaba, but the link you gave me to AliExpress.
Oh yeah, her name is Tina at Shangdong Metal.
There you go. That's the one.
Yeah, she's phenomenal.
So where's my brass? Where's my brass? Where's my brass?
Oh, I got a request again. There we go.
There we go. Got it.
Okay, so I'm gonna click.
Yep. Let me open the Lightroom over here.
Yeah, actually, I'm going to send you a couple files.
Okay.
At the end of the class, I'm going to send you thousands if you do the bundle package, but this is just to get us going.
All right. Sounds good.
Let me attach something. I do this with everybody on the first class. It's my lucky coin.
Sounds good to me.
Coins, LUC. All right, it's loading. All right, jump over there that email. It may take a second.
Okay.
So I didn't ask, do you have a diode or CO2 as well, or is this your first
Nope,
five?
this is the first time, and I came to it because I wanted to do coins, and I started with like etching. I used to do silversmithing, but now I've got these tremors in my hands, so I wanted to do hand etching. Didn't work. So then I tried acid etching, and I just wasn't getting what I liked. And then I was like researching, and I was like, God damn it, I need a fiber laser to do it.
Well, you're gonna love it, man. You're gonna love it.
All right. Folder. Yeah, I do like it so far. So, all right. Downloaded that.
All right, I'm gonna bounce this over here to Lightburn. Now, look, even if you know the basics, it'll
Yep.
take me only 2 minutes to go through them. So just bear with me.
You bet.
All right, so let's see. So right now, the 70 is in there.
Oh, wait, quick thing. I just want to make sure I'm recording this because I know I will.
Oh, it is. It's flashing red.
Oh, cool. Okay.
100%. So we're gonna go up here. Yes. Now your jump speeds and everything. Oh my lordy, yes, are bad. But I got you.
Okay.
This is where we're gonna start off.
All right.
Do not go back in here and change pretty much nothing ever. Now the
Got it.
frame speed, instead of 4,000, which honestly will work phenomenal. But I'm going to do 5,500. All this
What
is,
is frame speed?
oh, I'm
What
going to break
frame
everything down.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Now, frame speed, now, if you, the faster you go, the more it looks like a solid shape. So
Uh-huh.
when you're trying to get lined up, it's easier, you know?
I got you. Okay.
So it doesn't sound like a lot, 1,500, but it's going to be way faster.
Okay, excellent.
Now, these jump settings, before we get
Mhm.
into what these are, if we told the laser, like normal settings, to go 2,000 millimeters a second, like
Mhm.
it does that line at 2,000, but the time it takes to jump to the next line are these jump settings.
Right.
This always needs to be 4,000. This one needs to be 150, and this needs to be 250. I would not touch them again. Delay, timing, control. This is kind of like the calibration of those two little internal mirrors to go back and forth.
Right. This is what I spent the most amount of time on. That and the, bulge skew, trapezoid, and scale. That
That should have came pretty
they
daggone
were zeroed
surface.
out.
Oh, did you click find my laser?
No,
I bet you did. Hold on, watch this.
I walked through it with Pascal.
Did he tell you to click find my laser? Like that?
I can't remember, to be
Watch.
honest.
All right, but what you're supposed to do usually, like, is does this look familiar? Hold on. Create manually,
Uh-huh.
fiber,
And then you import a file.
and yeah, the import
Yep,
configuration 7. That's what you guys did?
that's what I did. But it
All
still
right.
needed, oh, maybe that wasn't zeroed out, but it needed tweaking.
Oh, absolutely. Now,
And
here's what I'm
so
gonna
that's
do.
what I did with that.
I'm gonna take a picture of these pics right now so I can send them to you in a second. But I
Cool.
promise you what we put in will be better.
Okay, excellent.
But the delays, mainly these, if you ever make a change, take a picture of it before you change it.
Okay, will do.
20 top. Now, this is the only one that's different. Let me think about this one. This one for you on a 30 watts is going to be 25, 150, 300, 100. 25, 150, 300, 100. Yep, 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 yep. Don't touch these. Yep, yep. We're golden.
All
One
right.
more thing I'm going to check is over here, the general.
Now this I haven't really messed with at all, I don't think.
Yeah, I would. I would just making sure you're on millimeters a second. And I
Yep.
was making sure beginner mode was not on. And there's
Okay.
yeah, man. All right. So you got these coins from Tina, you said. So they're probably going to be 37 millimeters.
Okay. That's the inside the groove
Yeah, the
thing?
inside groove. Click P on your keyboard, P for Peter.
Mm-hmm.
You always want to work from your center.
Right.
I'm going to make this a tool layer. Have you ever used this before?
To a layer, yep.
All right. I'm going to set this as T1 and go ahead and turn the system on.
All right. Okay, she's on.
Maybe do you have a USB disconnected?
Yep. There we go.
There it is. All right. The only thing that's really hard for me to help with is daggone focus. Can you get me in focus to the top of this coin?
Yep.
All right. If you have a 3D printer or somebody that does, I can send you a what's called a focal stick that's
I
adjustable.
got the one you recommended, the one you sent, I got.
Sweet.
So, but I think it should be. Oh, no, it moved a little bit. There we go.
We focused up?
Focused up.
All right, I'm gonna, at this 37 mm circle, click frame as a contour line. And just let me know if we need to go bigger or smaller a little bit. If we're going into the groove a little bit, that's okay.
Nope. In fact, I think I maybe got ones that are too big, but that's okay.
We need to go a little bit bigger?
I think I might have gotten a 40 mm or a 50 mm maybe. That doesn't seem right, but it is a lot bigger. Yeah, we could go like 5 mm bigger probably.
Okay.
Closer, it looks good. You can go a little bigger.
All right, we want it to be up right there perfectly to that edge.
Okay, about 2 more millimeters maybe. Even bigger.
I don't know any coins that see cells that are this big. I'm hoping your skew's not messed up, or your scale.
You could be messed up, but this looks about right.
Does it look like a really thin red line, or does it look thick and fuzzy?
Well, looks thin.
Okay. And we appear to be around 6 or 7 inches away from the coin, from the lens.
6 or 7 inches.
Yeah.
I'll double check.
It's a little different with every one, but yeah, that focus is so picky.
Yeah, so it's about 6.5.
Okay, yeah, we should be good then.
Let me realign it. This is one thing I have a question on. Should that red line, should the frame be in the groove or just inside?
I put it right
in the groove.
I put it right to the edge to where I just barely see a little bit of overcast going on, like just barely. But again, it won't really matter.
Yeah. It does usually take me a long time to line this up, and I wind up using a little card to block points out and everything, but I think that looks pretty good.
All righty, man. So now that we're in focus and alignment, only now would I import that file.
Okay.
Oh, what the hell? My mouse jumped. File new. Import. I'm going to let you drive me to wherever you save that.
You bet.
Sorry, I keep blowing my nose, man. It is the season. It definitely is the season. Sweet. It's going to be large and grouped. So again, bear with me, just 2 minutes of basics. So I'm going to pull this off to the side. Oh, we got fast internet. I love it. All right. Our last customer had terrible internet. So we're going to ungroup this by clicking this 2 times to fully ungroup it. Regroup each one separately. Even though they're ungrouped and can be moved separate, they're technically one group because they're both black.
Gotcha.
Let's make one of them any color at all.
Right. Okay.
Just to get out of here. We know that this is 48 even. Make this 48 even. And just click P for center. If you ever get lost into oblivion, click the dotted square.
And that'll, okay.
Now what's going on? Why is that bigger? Hold on. What is that? 30? What does that say? 46? Ah, it looked like an 8 from this side for some reason. 46. That might be better. Now P for center. Now, but hey, what if you wanted to inverse this? Because everything black, as you know, is what's getting engraved.
Right.
There's 2 ways to flip it. One of the ways is to make it a little bit smaller than your tool. Click the tool and make the tool black. That'll give you a nice thick border around everything and flip everything instantly.
Wait, and that was the tool?
Yeah, so hold on, let's back up.
Oh, because it's intersecting or something?
That's it. Yeah, once you make the tool the same color as the artwork, it'll flop it.
Oh, that's great.
There's another way that's actually easier. The easiest way to inverse it is to click ungroup one time, click the black, and just click delete. You can even flip anything just like that.
Oh, interesting.
Let's back it up. We're not doing those today, though. Just wanted you to see that. And that's about basics, man, to be honest. Liveburn is easy once it's broken down. Now, we're going to have a really fun, hard time in Adobe Illustrator, but this will be easy.
Yeah. I'm
I'm
learning Adobe as we go. I realize it's necessary.
Adobe it is. It's 99% Adobe.
Mhm.
I'm going to double click the color that we are engraving.
Okay.
Now, man, anything you've heard, throw it right on out the window. This is where there's no good information out there. It's going to be wildly different.
Okay.
We will be running in 4 sublayers.
Wow.
Think of these 4 as your personal construction crew.
Okay.
We're going to give the crew a name. Universal depth. It works for pretty much everything with a few slight changes. Now, these 4, they each get a name. Layer 1 is a jackhammer. It's going back and forth, ripping into that material, causing striations. It's really good for getting your depth, but it makes it a little ugly. Layer 2 goes left to right in one direction, making everything flat. We're going to call this the clean pass.
Okay.
Number 3 is polishing, makes it nice and shiny again.
Oh, okay.
And last but not least is going to be the darkening, which makes it just solid jet black. Now you may notice up here, the first one's black. Why are these white? Let me break it down. That is the mode.
Okay.
You will always use exclusively fill only. Now I know sometimes that confuses people. They're like, what about cutting? Yes, even with cutting, you have to use fill.
Yeah.
If you use line, it's just a little hair follicle line that's just re-welding itself back to itself. It does not remove anything for the part to drop.
Gotcha.
And I even challenge you to find one person talking about this nasty guy right here. Everybody hates that.
Yeah. I don't
Always
know.
feel.
I'm glad to hear I don't have to learn that.
Nope. Always feel.
Okay.
All right. We will not be starting off with speed, power, and frequency. Everybody tends to think that's the most important part. That's not correct. This is why, if you think in the laser groups, you'll see 1,000 different answers for the same question.
Right.
They're only giving you half the answer. Nobody ever talks about this stuff down here. Now, we're going to start off on the interval. It's by far the most important aspect of the laser.
Huh.
You have 9 of them to remember like the back of your hand. Don't write notes. It's recorded. AI's enabled. It's doing it for you. And I send you a list of these. So here's the 9. You need to memorize these so bad later. So 0.02 is where we start off. This is for titanium, carbon steel, and 3D engraving on bitmaps only. That's what I use, 0.02. 0.03 is what I use for brass, copper, aluminum, stainless, guns, knives, jewelry, cutting. 99% of all metals, deep engraving is done at 0.03. 0.04. Hold on, let me turn off this heater. I'm dying.
No.
2 seconds. There we go. 0.04 is for slate coasters or pretty much any form of rock. 0.05 is for non-deep engravings on anything metal, non-deep engraving. So for example, let's see, 0.05. Yeah. If you're doing something like under 0.5 millimeter, it's going to get too hot and fold over. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
If you do 0.03, it'll get too hot and fold over. The 0.05 prevents this from happening.
Gotcha.
0.06 and 0.07 are both for synthetic fake leather.
Okay.
Now, the 0.06 is going to be better for things that are obviously, well, they kind of look like real leather. You know what I mean? Skin tones and rawhides.
Okay.
The 0.07 is going to be better for the actual colors, like the blues, reds, Tiffany pinks, things of that nature.
Okay.
0.08 is for hard plastics and polymers. Think of like an AirPod cases, a TV remote, a charging block to an iPhone.
Mm-hmm.
Last but not least, point one is for very soft plastics, rubber stamps, even 3D printed parts you can mark on here. Now, again, I'm going to send you a list that has all those on there.
Perfect.
Today, 0.03. Hallelujah that the lines per inch.
Automatically, yeah.
Yeah, it's calculated for you. Man, these angles, you actually got really close. Negative 22, interesting. This will never be a negative. You want it to be a positive number. I always use 20.
Okay.
There's a lot of people that do this 45 nonsense. No, you want it to be 20. Let me explain why.
Yeah.
If we hypothetically took this to 18 passes, for this example, we're going to have this at a 0. As of right now, it's going to go layer 1, 20 degrees, 18 times, This is terrible. You can never hit the same angle twice, or it goes down deeper and only that 20 degrees.
Gotcha. Yep.
But this needs to be an odd number, man. It's always even and odd numbers, so it never gets in alignment with one another in the future. So, all this is doing is it's going to go 20, 27, 34, so on and so forth.
It'll never repeat.
And that's it.
Okay.
This is actually wrong. This will always be this. Everybody gets confused by this one. That's always a 1. Let me explain. If we had this set to 18, would you go to a construction site with a jackhammer and go down 18 stories and then clean it? No, you'd probably do a level, sweep it. Do a level, sweep it.
All right.
So this will always be a 1 unless you're doing 3D engravings. And as you know, that's a completely different window.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Anytime you're on this window, this is a 1. So I'll cover these last.
All right, good.
Right here.
I got questions about those. So.
I got you. I'm going to break it all down. Now, the only thing you will ever change here is the line interval based off the material. You will not touch the angles or the number of passes for genuinely anything. These are not numbers I just pulled out my head. I would study and I would do 100 passes on like all these angles and zoom in 100x and see what had the flattest bottom. And 20 and 7 always worked the best. I'm glad to see you have rotate already turned on. You leave it on indefinitely.
Okay.
Never turn it off. Even if you're doing a piece of plastic at 2% power, you don't want to do it.
All right.
We hate wobble.
Okay.
The thing about wobble is it's never accurate. So with this on, instead of the laser being a straight line,
right.
It spirals. Now, if we were cutting out a 40 millimeter heart-shaped pendant and used wobble, it's going to be like 38.92 because half of that radius is going on both of that, that line.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, we hate wobble for cutting. Now, when I do cutting, I get my shape, offset it a little tiny bit, and I put the cut line to go between those two all the way around so it drops. We'll do this together on class 4.
Okay.
Wobble is a no-go. Never use it.
Good to hear. Okay.
These 4 are different pattern methods of filling in this component, and only 2 of them are any good. I'm going to explain them all, though. Flood fill is the strongest, the fastest. It's the worst one. If you had the word yes, it's going to go half of the Y, half of the E, back over here. It jumps around crazy. Okay. I don't like that. I like structure in my engraving. So we're only going to use individually or all at once.
Okay.
Fill shapes all at once is for anything non-metal. Because here's why. If you had the word yes, it goes Y-E-S up. Y-E-S up. It gives each component time to cool off and stays consistent between everything.
Oh.
That's why it's so good for non-metals. Now, quite the opposite, individually, is what you use for anything metal, and I would probably say stone as well. It's the exact opposite. If you had the word yes, it fills in the entire Y, then the entire E. It finishes and goes to the next, like a jackhammer getting really hot. Nobody uses fill groups together. It's terrible. What this one would do is a combination of these two. Let me explain. With the word yes, it would go Y, S, Y, S, Y, S. And then it would go back and do the E by itself. And then the E is going to be darker than the other two. It's
Yeah.
never consistent. One
Okay.
more time. Everything metal, everything non-metal. It's that easy. Good news. You don't touch that.
Okay, good.
The ramp length, what it does is it makes the laser weak and it gets stronger, 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 like a skate ramp.
Gotcha.
I've been doing it 14 years. I've never heard one person talk about this. The dot width.
Yeah.
You won't really change this on a fiber. This
Okay.
is mainly on a UV or CO2 galvo. I got 27 fibers here. I've never changed this on any of them and none of my students. I just
Gotcha.
leave it right there. These guys, back up here to these now.
Yeah.
Crosshatch. Crosshatch, all it does is your negative opposing increment. As of right now, it's going 20 degrees and then layer 2. If I turn this on, it's just going to go 20, negative 20, and then go to layer 2.
Is that the equivalent of 2 passes, though?
What? That absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, it's doing everything going across that one area. Absolutely.
So if you do the coin once with crosshatch off and then do the same exact design again with crosshatch on, will crosshatch be like twice as deep?
Yeah.
Okay. Good to know.
Absolutely. It does exactly 20 and then exactly negative 20.
I gotcha. All right.
Crosshatch is always on. Besides the darkening pass, have it off
Except for, okay.
because you just don't need it.
Want a blade. Yeah.
Layer 1, there's bidirectional,
Mhm.
and there's unidirectional. Obviously, bidirectional goes in 2 directions, but here's what you may not know. When you have bidirectional turned on, you're essentially telling the laser you want it to be aggressive. Again, a jackhammer, back and forth, ripping that material out, right? The whole purpose of every sublayer is to go in one direction, cleaning up the madness, left behind by layer 1. That's perfect. So now at this point, 0.03, even, odd, rotate, for metal, we're golden. We're ready to talk about speed, power, frequency. They're really easy, honestly. I'm going to give you a range. Yeah, they're not rough. Now, never, ever, ever go below 400. It's not good for your mirrors.
Okay, good to know.
We're going to do 450 or 600 for cutting when we get to it. Now, for all deep engraving, I would probably stay above 800 for engraving. If you go below 800, understand that's like trying to weld at a slug's pace. You know what I mean? It's too hot, too much slag production. Don't go above 3,200 if you're trying to engrave. I mean, for real, if you go that fast on metal, that's like peeling out too fast at a red light. Your tires are squealing, but you're not getting any traction to get any depth to go anywhere.
Gotcha. Yeah.
So we're going to do like 1,400. Hey, if we did a coin right next to this at 1,800 and even did one at 2,100 and did the old shuffle, and I said, which one's which? So long as everything down here was set up the same, you will not be able to tell a difference. Unless you had a magnoscope. So we're going to do 1,400. Power. Little self-explanatory, but I do have a couple things to say. Number 1, never go above 90. Only use 90 for cutting. For your engraving, you'll stay between 35 and 85 for your metals. Anything non-metal will stay between 4 and like 35. Understand if you go above 35, it's just going to get a flame ball. You know what I mean on non-metals. So today, We're going to smack it pretty hard at 70. Maybe, you know, 75 for the 30. Frequency. This confuses the hell out of people. Frequency is sandpaper. That's literally it. Is this a MOPA machine?
Nope.
Why is it up at 800? Hold
I have
on.
no idea why it's that high. I've never ever done anything that high.
Yeah, it's a JPT 1 through 600. Okay. So yeah, that's your range, 1 through 600. Sorry, I'm about to sneeze. I've been getting this flu today or something. I don't know what the hell.
Oh,
I never get sick besides once a year, but when I do, it's like hell. And it started on yesterday. I'm so sorry. I'm
don't
never.
apologize. Don't apologize.
I know. I'm just usually on my P's and Q's, and this sickness had me in my. All right. So yeah, 1 through 600 is your frequency range, like sandpaper.
Yep.
Never go below 40, maybe 35, but never go below that. It's not bad for the laser. It's bad for the material. That's the same. If we used 20, I might as well be using 10 grit sandpaper. That don't exist for a reason.
Right.
For metals, 40 to 160-ish. The 160s will be for the polishing passes and to make it all light. You'll see today from an example. But for non-metals, I would stay between 140 and 285. This is going to be for pictures, plastics, stippling, slate coasters, most all non-metals are right here. Now, between 3 and 600, this is for just like removal of Cerakote or just removing a layer of paint from a cup, like tumbler. You know, you don't want any depth to that metal just to be marked. Today, 45. Do not touch, ever, global passes or number of passes. That's not correct. I promise you, you'll see why.
All right.
Number 2 and number 1 are the exact same setting. Now, this confuses people, and I get it. People say, well, if they're the same setting, what's the point of it? And I got a great answer for this. So layer 1 is going in 2 directions, causing high points and striations, making it all textury. How would number 2 do its job and make it clean and flat at a weaker power? Think of it like this. If you have, does it snow where you are?
Oh, yeah.
So if you have snow on top of your vehicle or your windshield, can you just barely push down and scrape it? Or you got to push down really hard and scrape it? Same kind of theory here. You need it to be the same setting going in one direction to scrape everything off flat. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Sweet. So one more time, 1475, 45. Oop, click tab too many times. Everything down here is going to be a lot faster this time because nothing really changes.
Right.
It's the
Quick
same.
question about this. I'm just thinking of the snow analogy and all that. This might be overthinking it, but do I want whichever, see, I don't know if that's is going left and right. Do I want to orient the unidirectional cut towards my exhaust, my vent fan? Is that overthinking of it?
Oh, yeah, no, yeah. Overthink
All
because it's going to change every time. You know, even if you
Oh,
start at
that's right.
20,
Of course.
10 minutes later, it's going to be at 80, you know? All right, so let's go over here. So yeah, 0.03, it's the same material, but I can never, ever, ever hit the same angle. So instead of 20, 10, instead of 7, 13. I use opposing opposite angles. Yes, I know it should be 7 and 14, but it's got to be odd numbers. So yeah. 13. Auto rotate metal. See, there's nothing to this part.
Yep.
Next, the polishing pass is quite fast. I stay between 22 and 2800. We'll probably do 26 to be right in the middle. Anything under 30 will suffice for a polishing. I usually start at 15.
Okay.
Anything higher, metal range. So remember, at 40 to 160 for the polishing pass on metals, I would stay between 80 and 160. Let's do 135. If you did 140 or 120, it will look the exact same.
Gotcha.
That's it. Layer 4. Oh, no, I didn't do this part. 0.03,
Mhm.
I use 0 degrees for polishing and darkening passes. Here's why. When it's going back and making it a frosted, pretty color, you don't want that angle to be visible because you can see that. You
Right.
can look left and right. But still auto rotate, even though there's no angles, just leave it on. It won't hurt nothing. Individually, because it's metal. One more. Super slow.
Hmm.
Probably 45 for your 30. And put this at 35. Now this just helps turn it black. What really turns it black is that interval, that concentration of that beam. When this is set, 0.004, look, 6,000 lines per inch instead of 800. This ultra concentration of power oxidizes the nickel content of the metal to
That's
go.
what I was wondering. Okay, that's what it's doing. It's the heat that's
That's it.
doing. Oh, it's okay.
0.04. Again, 0 degrees for polishing and darkening, but leave this on. And hey, this part's weird, but even though it's metal, I'm going to use fill shapes at once. Only for the darkening.
Right, you want that.
Understand, if you do individually, as it's jumping around so much, the things that are little will be darker than the things that are large because that power was more congested and got more.
Right, right.
So, hey, you don't have to remember none of that. Look, make default. Please don't ever click make default for all.
Yeah, okay.
Let me explain why. Every color has a different application. Black is for metals, blue is for plastic, red is for cutting and jewelry, green is for slate coasters, and yellow is for pictures, so on and so forth. Stack, we'll get to all that in more classes we do. Under the library, don't delete none of these. Leave them in there. This is pretty much going to take place of all of them, though.
Okay.
This is for metals. All of them. Stainless steel, brass, etc. Nice. We do not run all 4 layers right off the bat. Understand, it's, again, a construction crew.
Right.
The polishing pass and the darkening pass, you only need at the end once you've gotten to your desired depth. Like a real construction crew, we're going to use the depth sweep, depth sweep, depth sweep to go back and forth to go down to our depth. I'm not going to click start yet, but I do want you to see this. This is the proper way to repeat. I'm going to type in a 5 here.
Okay.
Now, instead of it doing layer 1 5 times and then layer 2 5 times, it does layer 1, layer 2, and those, as they finish both of them, that counts as 1. Does that make sense? And it repeats. All right, we in good shape? You ready?
You bet. Let me get to put the enclosure on. Where did I throw that?
I really might need to see for the first couple minutes too, so I really need to call you on Messenger.
Okay.
While it's engraving, I'm going to FaceTime you, and you just point it just for the first couple seconds, because I can tell a whole lot for just a couple seconds.
Oh, something happened. It didn't.
I think you have to click that allow Facebook to make changes or whatever. Let me try it again.
Yep. Okay, I'm accepting.
It says call ended. It says that you ignore. I don't know.
I just clicked accept. Is that
Yeah, let me try again.
Facebook video? I'm clicking the blue check mark. Please allow microphone access.
That's what it is. Yeah.
All right. Apps, microphone. We got that.
All right. Now it's buzzing you.
Good.
We got it. I'm gonna
Oh,
mute
wow,
myself so we don't echo.
All right, let me flip this thing around. Nope. There we go. All right.
All right, we're gonna do 5 passes.
So
Yeah, that'll be perfect. Yeah, you can't hurt your eyes like this.
all right.
So just for
Go ahead.
Oh, is it safe?
It is almost safe. I'm gonna put the phone down a second. Should I turn the air assist on or does it matter?
The air assist won't matter. The air assist, you really need that on for 3D engravings
Yeah.
only.
All right, hang on a sec.
Man, those jump speeds and everything we changed, this thing's gonna sound much different, by the way.
All right. Good. Okay. Now, what do you have? You have it on no outside shapes, no image bounds, just using contour.
Yeah, and you can also go up here and click tool layer only. And just to show that plain circle.
Gotcha.
I'm ready to rock if you are.
I'm ready.
Fire on the hole. That's looking like you definitely in focus, man. That's awesome.
Yeah.
You would not guess how many people we spend the first entire hour like, up and down because it's a nightmare.
So what really helped is Pascal putting those stickers on it. He said,
Yep.
like, this lens right here, this lens right here.
Him and Richard Zhang are the only two people that do that.
It's a big help.
I know it, man. My last 7 machines have came through Pascal.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yep. And this is the boring part. We're kind of just chilling for like 6
All
minutes, letting it do its thing. But I will say this, so I know obviously it's not gonna be memorized yet, but the way I broke down with the analogies, did it make more sense than it ever had?
Absolutely. And I'm a professor. I teach media and filmmaking. So I totally understand the like, this is making perfect sense. I will 100% stop you if it's not making
Awesome.
sense.
Yeah, please do, man. Especially like I said, I'm fighting this daggone head code right now, so I'm like 70%.
No, this is fantastic.
I'm also, outside of this video, I'm going to send you a 3-hour video after this class with another student, which is going to be really similar, but it goes a little bit further just so you can watch that as well, just to see maybe me explaining it maybe a little differently. You never know what it can do.
Now, I know a lot of people, and I haven't looked into this much, they talk about hooking cameras up and stuff like that into their laser. I don't know if it's a fiber or it's a CO2 thing or a UV thing, but I do hear people like, oh, every so often I'll see someone post asking questions about a camera for their thing. Is that just so they can watch it safely or?
Yep, that's just so they can watch. It doesn't help with alignment at all. It's just for social media and seeing better.
Gotcha.
Now, okay, it just restarted. That wasn't too bad. It just went to the next side. But I will say, it looks like it's moving a little bit slow. Let me expect something. Don't move nothing.
Oh.
If unchecked, the values in the device setting will be used. That's the ones we're using. Yeah, those are all correct. I'm wondering why. Okay. Yes, millimeters a second. Just don't move nothing. It's okay.
But
3 minutes, 3 seconds. Well, you know what? That's actually correct because this is a 48 millimeter. This coin is a lot bigger than a normal 40, right? Because I do this coin every single day, like 12 times. So at the bottom, I was like, this should not be taking 3 minutes.
Gotcha.
No, but I forgot that the coin was bigger. Again, I'm fighting this daggone head code right now. So we're gonna go. That's correct. So it's gonna go 4 more passes.
With the same thing, was it just pass 1 and 2? Just the engrave and
yeah, just depth clean, depth clean. Now you see down here where it says job complete in 303?
Yep.
You can go up here to the busy. Obviously, when it gets to 303, it'll say 1 out of 4. And this is how you calculate down to milliseconds how long this will take, like down to the exact second.
All right.
And now we're just chilling.
Now, is there a reason you did it as first as 5, then as 4, rather than doing 9 all at once?
Oh,
Nine-
so it didn't finish those 5 a second ago. It only finished 1.
Oh, I
Yeah.
get it. I get it.
Yeah, I clicked close because it took so long to finish that one cycle. I was just making
Wanted to
sure.
check. Got you, got you,
Yeah.
got
But then again, I was like, oh shit, this coin is huge.
got you, got you. All right, makes sense. So we're just picking up where we left off.
That's it. And here in a second, this one, whenever this gets over here to 303, it'll literally say 1 out of 4. And you'll see exactly, it's like a fraction. And by the way, every time you open up a new job here, you must click reset count.
Right.
I only use run continuously for cutting. So it just gets there and goes until you hear clink, and then you click escape and it stops.
Gotcha. Whoop. There we go.
But see, I got the exact same setup. Can you see me on the phone?
Yep.
So it's a little bit of a hermit in here. It's dark as shit, but I
Yep,
got
no, I see it.
I live off these things, dude. I
Holy
love them.
crap.
These are the two, man. These are the ones that are EasyCAD 3 with the automatic. This is the 120, and that's the 200.
Yep.
I just ordered a pulsed laser cleaner as well. It was. I've never played with one of those. They look really cool.
A laser cleaner. How does that? Hey, about lenses, do you clean your lens like with each new job, or leave it be if it's probably?
They're 40 years maintenance. Like honestly, and I may have cleaned my lenses in 14 years of doing this, maybe 4 times in 14 years. Like now, obviously, I will say, if you use the 70 millimeter lens on something like titanium, titanium is an absolute firework. You know what I mean? It sends so many sparks. After titanium, I sometimes get a glasses cloth and like literally just like flop it. Like you don't have to like Q-tip and like alcohol. You don't have to do all that.
Okay, cool.
I mean, literally 40 years maintenance free. I sometimes sleep with mine running. I've ran 36 hours straight on a job on a motorcycle 3D engraving. I put up a club. I just slept next to it.
I was wondering about that. I'm like, should I leave it on overnight? I didn't even know if I should leave it, like, if I put it on pause and then go to sleep, is that all right? But
yeah, click pause, file, save as, and just don't move nothing. And then you can in the morning and you can click resume.
Excellent. Okay.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't recommend sleeping with it running unless, like me, I'm in a solid concrete area.
Yeah.
You know, like, it's a little safe for me to do that.
Yeah, no, I'm in a 1-bedroom apartment in a high rise. Well, in a 12th floor, I don't think that would be great to keep it running. So
nah, better safe than sorry. Out of the 64,000 people in the group, I only know one guy that burned his shop down, but man, it was sad.
yeah.
He left he had a pistol slide and he was using vice grips and he wrapped it in a dish towel.
Oh,
yeah.
it got hot.
Yeah, they got hot and the sparks were flying off and eventually.
Oh, that's what it was, right?
Yep. Yeah, because this is brass. Brass doesn't spark. Brass just has a nice blue light. But I'm telling you, the second you put stainless or titanium, you will get sparks that come off like this high.
Really?
It's wild.
Do you have to worry about how reflective that surface is? Like, is there ever a point of dulling the surface or anything if you're doing a deep engrave or?
I will say chrome is sometimes too reflective to where it'll bounce. It kind of eats the laser can only get about 60% of its real strength through that chrome. So what I do with chrome parts and sometimes even silver is I hit them with that Scotch-Brite scuffing pad stuff first.
Yeah. Makes sense.
It's kind of a myth when people say the laser can defocus and hit and start a fire up there. No, it won't. Now, think of it like this. If you were to adjust this focus 1/4 turn, you know it's not going to do nothing because you're out like, so imagine how weak it's going to be. You know, nothing can happen that way.
Yeah. I was more worried about it damaging the lens somehow, but yeah,
No.
cool.
No, I've seen 2 or 3 myths that's popped up in the group, but man, I do so much copper. I've done mirrors. You know what I mean?
Really,
Yeah, it's you're perfectly fine.
the one thing that Pascal offered that I did not take him up on because I just don't have interest in doing it, I don't think, is the rotary.
Oh, I hate the rotary.
All right.
In
Yeah.
14 years, I may have done 6 cups. Look, it takes 40 minutes to do a cup. By the time you measure it, do the
Yeah,
it's terrible. And what's someone going to pay you for a cup realistically? What?
exactly.
15, maybe $20?
Also, I mean, how much longer does this Stanley Cup trend gonna last?
Yeah, I hate cups. If you want to do cups, buy you like a CO2 and then you can knock them out all day long in any setting. Way faster.
Yeah.
Way more than halfway. I know this part's boring. It's a
Oh,
big
doesn't
equipment.
matter.
Yeah, usually the coins are 37, so it's a little bit quicker here.
I also imagine like the 100 watts or even the 60, 50 watts are probably a hell of a lot faster.
Oh yeah, I will say anything above an 80 watt is absolutely pointless. I have all these different machines. I got two 80 watts because I love them so much. I mean, for real, think of it like this. After 80 watts, it's only good for cutting. You can't utilize 200 watts for engraving because that's like welding with too much. It's going to be splattering and like sending huge chunks. It's not pretty.
That makes sense.
Yeah, so anything over an 80 is just saying, hey, my truck's bigger than yours. It's just brag rights.
Gotcha.
Unless you're
Doesn't matter
cutting
with
jewelry.
MOPA either.
Anything over a 60 watt, anything over a 50 watt is automatically a MOPA.
Oh, it is. I didn't know that. All right.
Yep, anything over a 50.
Huh. And does that just give you like more variability with the frequency or?
That's it. It just makes it better for doing plastics, polymers, and color engraving. Because another machine like a Raycus, which is what a lot of people use, its frequency range is 20 to 80.
That's it.
That's it. I mean, it's a massive jump being able to do from 1 to 4,000. You know, it's a whole lot because you can do pictures better, plastic. Hell, you can even get a black hoodie, engrave your logo up here and bleach the pigmentation away.
Really?
Yeah, you can do wild stuff with the fiber. It's real cool.
I never ever thought about that. That's cool.
It's finally on the last pass. No, it's not. It says 2. I thought it said 3. 2 out of 4.
That's fine. It's almost there. I'm used to like with even the tiny 3D stuff I've done. I mean, 4 hours and
I don't miss that. Yeah, I used to sit there and go to sleep with my 3D printer running, wake up the next day, and it's like, oh, well, there's $20 finally. You know, $20 8 hours later.
here's the question. When I see a lot of slag, that just means probably like my grit is, my frequency is too low or something, or my air assist. I mean, that was actually, with the air assist, even as light as it is, I noticed a huge reduction in slag with the air assist. And but is that just dust melting back on, or?
Yeah. So what's happening there is when the frequency is too low, it's putting more sparks that, yes, are not fully getting blasted away, and it ends up re-welding them back to itself.
That's what's
Now, even with the airflow, sometimes with too low frequency, even though you're blowing it, man, it's like instantaneous, That's why we take the frequency up and put the air on it, so it just barely slings a little bit up there on the side of it to allow it to push it off. And 2 minutes left exactly.
I did know that when you do the preview window, the time estimate, like I have this big old spreadsheet and I have, for all my materials tests, with a corresponding like photograph at the end for each pass. And for a while, I was tracking the estimated time versus the actual time. And then I just stopped because they were so wildly different. Some were saying like 14 hours and it'd be done in 3. And
Yeah, that other way of telling it or estimating the time is terrible.
yeah.
Mercy, this is my 60th time blowing my nose today. I hate it. Every year.
And looking at it through the camera is safe, right?
Man, look, let me put it like this. And people say I'm crazy, but it don't matter. Look, I've been in aerospace engineering for like 15 years. I know thousands of welders. Do you know how many welders I know that are blind?
Okay.
0. The worst that could ever happen to you is that you get bad welder's flash, and for like a day, your eyes feel like sandpaper. It's not fun, but they'll be perfectly fine.
But it's not permanent damage. All right.
Yeah, at all. Like I got my eyes checked several times. I used to go to gun shows and sit there like this without any protection, this far away, staring at it for like 8 hours like this. Like for real. I would come back home that night, like crying all night, unable to sleep, but the next day I was fine.
Gotcha. All right.
So I'm not saying don't wear the glasses. I'm just saying it's
I
not.
know. I get what you're saying. And like one thing I tell my students all the time is like, listen, I know you're looking shit up online. I gotta tell you how much trash there is online though. Please take notes on what I'm saying. If you try to look it up later, you're gonna get so much bullshit.
That is true, man. All right, pop us over. How are we looking without moving anything?
Oh, I can tell you, it looks good. I know that's kind of dark, so I'm just gonna move the enclosure so you can get, oh, that looks actually really pretty good. Here,
Sweet. Yeah.
let me block that red light.
There we go. Oh, yeah. So you see where it's like a charred, darker color right now, like a dark gray maybe?
Yep.
All we're going to do is watch this on the computer screen for a second. I'm going to double click this universal depth, turn on the polishing pass, and turn off the other two.
Got you.
You don't have to put the enclosure back on. It will not be bright at all, I promise. Now watch this.
Oh, wow. Oh, all right. That's what the,
Is it changing color?
yeah,
Sweet. That should be going back to a frosted cream color.
it is. It's a lovely color.
Nice. Now, this is universal. After you get to your desired depth on any metal, you run this and it just removes the slag and makes it like a frosted version of what the metal truly looks like.
Oh, man, I've been struggling to figure that out. That is fantastic.
After this is done, we're going to make the word lucky on the inside go solid black.
All right.
You could get the world's rustiest penny and run this setting on it one time. It's going to look brand new.
Huh. That's so interesting. Okay.
And like you asked me earlier, what does a pulsed laser cleaner do? It technically just only has this one setting locked in on it, and you just go and you do this on like big old walls, and it just cleans anything.
Gotcha. All right. That's awesome. Kind of wish I could use this on my entire apartment.
What? Right. I've told everybody I want to make a giant galvo that like a car could drive into, and like I take pictures from all sides and like that'd be so cool. That'd be so cool.
Amazing.
All right. So that's perfect. That's exactly what we wanted. Now, obviously, we could have gone way deeper, but for time purposes, that's as deep as we're going.
Yep.
But do you see that there's no skipped lines, how everything looks consistent now?
This was the one that was at, no, it's the next one that's at the interval of 0.003.
Yes. Yeah, the next one, the darkening pass has the 0.004.
Right.
These are all, 0.03. So before I turn on the darkening, and remember, I have to inverse this, just like the beginning. Click ungroup one time.
Gotcha.
Click and delete. Click delete. I do not want to turn the shamrocks black.
Yep.
I'm just deleting everything I don't want to be black. Of course, I missed two. Flip and flop. That's all you genuinely do here. Flip, flop.
Yep.
Run that one single pass. It will be a little bit bright, not as bright as it was, but it's really slow. All right, you ready?
Yep.
Notice I'm not repeating it. You never repeat a polishing or a darkening.
Okay.
All right, here we go. Find hope. Like I said, this one's a little bright.
Yep.
After this is done, well, we can hang off the phone. I know it sucks holding the phone that entire time, but it helps me a lot to be able
And
to tell.
it helps me being able to look at it. So.
Now, a lot of people have black settings, but you'll notice if you look at it from one angle, it won't be black. This is solid black from every angle. Outside, direct sunlight will be solid black.
Really? All right.
Now, it may look a little dusty, obviously, because it has some stuff from other. Nothing ever comes off the laser looking that good. You have to polish everything, which we'll talk a lot about, by the way.
And now that oxidation, that's pretty resilient. Like that stays.
That black pass is permanent.
All right.
I ran this coin legitimately 2 years ago. It is solid black and not rusted and stainless. Perfect.
Do you shellac or veneer your coins or stuff like that?
No, I just I Scotch Brite them, sand them, and toss them right out. Although there is some stuff. What is that stuff called? I gotta hold on. Bell-bond valve. What do I put on that stuff? There is a coating I used to spray on there. It's been a while since I used it because honestly, it's not that necessary.
All right.
I do want to tell you what it is, though. Head coat killing me. All right, let me click close. You can lift it up. It may be warm, but it will not be hot.
All right. That's what she looks like. Oh, it's not even warm. Oh, wow. She's a beauty.
Woo! Now, again, I know the black doesn't. Oh, yeah. See, that looks phenomenal.
Yeah, that looks fantastic.
Now, later, at tonight, like if you have an extra toothbrush laying around, get some warm water going in your sink. And just like you were brushing your teeth, go in circular motions on this coin under the warm water. And that'll break off the slag and like that black looking thing around the clovers where it looks like it was followed with a pin. You see what I mean?
Yep.
It'll make all that go away.
Oh, wow.
All right, so I'm gonna hang up on the phone for a second.
All right.
Look on your messenger for just a moment.
You bet. Where are? There we go.
All right, everything that we just talked about, because I know it's gonna suck rewatching the video 100 times.
That's okay. I don't know where I put it. I believe you. It's there.
Well, I just sent you a screenshot of how everyone. You got it on your phone, Messenger?
No, that's the one thing I don't have on my phone. But I can hear
worries.
I can hear I got the message
All right,
on
perfect.
my other computer. So.
But all I did is I sent you a chart that has every one of those line intervals and every one of those ranges we just talked
All
about.
right.
The second half of this is rough.
Okay.
That was light burn. Light burn is a walk in the park, honestly.
Yeah.
This is where you start hating me a little bit. You got Adobe Illustrator, you said, right?
I do.
All right, man. Understand, look, what we just did was super slow. I made sure it was, we were following along, but what we're about to do is lightning fast.
All right.
Adobe, I'm just going to show you a little bit of everything we'll be doing to show you, hey, it's worth it. I know what I'm talking about. Future classes will be slowed down, I promise.
No worries.
All right. So on Adobe, the opening title screen, all you do is type in the size lens you're running. So today, 70-70.
Right.
Always millimeters.
Mm-hmm.
The most important thing you can do is get a flat photo of something. So if somebody brings you a gun or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
hey, you're going to put this on your laser bed. You get your phone and sit it flat on the actual silver cube, that the laser comes out of.
Yep.
Just zoom in, take a picture, email it to yourself. For grins, we're going to pretend that we just took this picture together.
All right.
Ridge wallet. Even though it's a wallet, what we're about to do is the exact same process for genuinely anything. You just get your flat photo,
Makes sense. Gotcha.
paste it up inside of Adobe. It's gonna be massive. That's a good thing. We're gonna zoom out, scroll wheel, obviously. Now, anytime you resize anything, please hold shift to maintain that. All right, I'm gonna make this thing see-through. Click it. Can you see over here where it says opacity?
Oh yeah.
Take it to 40%-ish.
Got you.
Lock the picture.
Yep.
I'm going to use the pen tool because the laser's no good if it don't know where it's going because I have to make a template. So I'm going to and all you do, not this one, because you can see it's chamfered.
Yeah.
Click.
Right.
Just follow. Now watch this. If I click shift, it locks me straight to a path.
Yep.
Please don't be this person. It's going to make me and you look bad. Don't do that. To do a curve, you're going to go where the curve ends. Watch my hand. Click, move the mouse around.
Yeah.
And you let go when it's perfect.
So I'm super familiar with Photoshop. Been using it all my life.
All right.
So the Illustrator, not so much. So I do know Bezier curves and all that stuff, at least.
Yeah, this part will be an easy for you then, absolutely, because this is the exact same in Photoshop. Besides, I don't want to color.
Okay, gotcha.
Click. I sadly can't do that in one curve. It won't let me. I have to half and half it. Click back. Click. And perfect. Now, once you get your template, everywhere that you see that light up yellow,
yep,
is where it will engrave. But we have a problem. I do not want to engrave my screw holes or inside of the word ridge.
Right.
So I'm just going to zoom in, get a circle, and draw around them.
Yep.
Look, I'm going to get rid of the stroke or not make it so thick so I can see better. Now, once I get one of them correct, I don't have to guesstimate that 6 times. What I can do is Alt-click drag. As long as you're holding Alt, it's a copy.
Oh, okay.
Pull this over. Alt-click drag. For time purposes, we'll say that's perfect. Alt-click drag. Of course, if I was really doing this, I would zoom right up in there.
Of course, yeah.
And perfect. All right. So still, as of right now, the problem is everywhere you see that's about to go yellow will be engraved.
Mm-hmm.
I have to click Pathfinder Exclude.
Right. Okay.
I want to go around the logo. So I'm going to make the opacity down to like 40-ish. Block in the logo with shape. I hate the way a point looks like the curve. So, I mean, I always curve them.
Yeah.
Click them both and click. Oop, more options down here.
Mm-hmm.
Divide. Now what I can do is delete that.
Okay, got you.
I don't like those points.
Yep.
Curve them. We have a perfect template.
Gorgeous.
I'm going to be even more fancy. And I'm going to go up here to Object, Path, Offset, and go to a negative number to tell the laser, you know what? I don't want you to go past that area. So now everywhere you see that's blue is where the laser will be engraving.
Gotcha.
I'm done with the picture. We don't need it no more. We can unlock and delete that.
And just keep the paths. Okay.
That's it. Now let me show you how to put in a pattern. This part's ridiculously cool. Get any shape whatsoever.
Mhm.
Make one of them the size you wish they all were. It must be black. That's what the laser will hit.
Okay.
Once you get an appropriate size, you're going to go up to Object, Pattern, Make.
Interesting.
Love this part. Anything you do to one does to them all. In the tile type, it's up to you. Just find your starting position. Column is what I use. I'm going to pull it in. I don't use these. I feel like you have more power just over here.
Right.
You know, what's crazy is I can get a second shape and start building that on too. Watch this. If I want a star, look at that. Anywhere I put one, it moves it everywhere for me.
Oh, that's fantastic.
If I want to copy, again, it's Alt-click drag,
Yep.
Alt-click drag, resize this one, and to cut it out, just like before,
Yep.
exclude. When you're happy with your pattern, just click Done, and as easy as changing the color, look at the last color. I can click Ungroup and pull off 2 copies of this. I'm doing the 2 copies so you can see something. If I zoom in, you can see if I move this, I have full control over.
Right.
On top of this, this is how you scale the amount of the pattern. So if the customer says, hey man, I love the pattern, but I wanted more of it. Okay. Make it bigger. Click expand, which locks that grid. And now shrink it back to its original size. Massive difference.
Uh-huh.
Now that's an ugly pattern. I just wanted to show you that as a starter. Now we're going to learn how to copy patterns offline. You will never buy a pattern again. So as of right now, how are you getting your vectors, your images into a vector?
Vector trace.
Inside of Lightroom?
Man, I followed some tutorial doing it in Illustrator.
Oh, okay.
If you ask me to repeat it, it was multi-layer vectors, but to be honest, I can't remember exactly how I did it, but it sure was not efficient.
Well, you'll love this, man. This would be so easy. Look, any picture at all. I'm just grabbing the second random one.
Yep.
If I paste it, let's zoom in. Man, we would think this is long past gone, right? There ain't no way. Well, Adobe is literally witchcraft in a sense. Watch this. If I go up to image trace.
That's okay. Yeah.
Click it. Every time you're going to go over here to path and type in 82, 82, 1. Every time. Click ignore. When I click preview, watch that blurriness. Ta-da! Perfect.
Yeah, right. That's a vector image. Yep.
And all you do is say expand to make that trace permanent. And you can literally just copy, paste this right up in there.
Oh, that's nice.
It's perfect, not a single little pixel. What's even more crazy is now I can bring this blue. Well, let me shrink this down more. I'm going to use that blue as a cookie cutter. Position it where I like.
Mm-hmm.
Send the design to the back. You have to right click it.
Okay.
Arrange, send it back. Click them both and go up to Object, Clip and Mask.
Gotcha.
Make. What's cool about this is, look, instead of trying to fight with it to get it perfect, you won't. Click them both. Go to Properties, alignment, vertical, center.
Yep.
It's perfect. And if I
Oh,
want,
God, what a lifesaver.
I can just delete those out and be really picky too and just stack multiple designs. So this next one will be really cool. We're going to put it up this way.
Mhm.
And let's find a really cool design this time. I'm going to go to Pinterest. If you don't have a Pinterest, you're missing out. That's the best vectors, I promise you.
Really? All right. Good to know.
Oh, God. Yeah, man. They're so awesome. Ah. Seamless vector design. I've already used that today. That could be cute as a background.
Yeah.
It's the same process for any of these. Find the one you like. We'll go with the one we have. Paste it in. Look, not only is it blurry, but there's watermarks all in it.
Oh, yeah.
82, 82, 1. It never changes. Ignore preview. Watermarks and all are perfect.
Beautiful.
Just say expand to make it permanent. Something important to note is everything black you see here is what will get engraved and be going down.
Right.
If I want to flip this, kind of the same way I did with the tool line in Lightburn. Look, I'm just going to make a box around it that's a little bit bigger.
Yep.
Click them both. And click exclude down here. Boop. Opposite.
Yep.
I don't want to do that right now. I just wanted you to see.
Yep.
Pull this over. I want a little bit more, as much as I can get in this one. Send it to the back.
Mhm.
Click them both. Object, most important tool, mask make. Click them both. Vertical center. Now that's layer one. We're going to stack something on top of this.
Okay.
In order to stack, dude, stacking is what makes the money. I'm going to pull this copy over with the blue. Have you used artificial intelligence yet for images?
Yeah. Still working on it.
Which one are you using?
Gemini.
Gemini's pretty good. We're going to be using the two main ones we'll be using is Image Effects,
Okay.
being Image Creator. They're phenomenal.
Right.
So what we're going to do, hold on, I'm about to sneeze again. This damn sickness again. I'm
Go
so
for it.
Lord have mercy, man. Every December. Lord have mercy. Okay. This first one we're going to make up is just going to be goofy. Let's say we're doing a coin blank of Batman. I'm going to make it crazy. Circular vector design of Batman fighting a walrus. We want an up close view, high detail, always black and white format.
Gotcha.
Make sure I didn't spell nothing wrong. I always do. Everybody's on Batman fighting a walrus. Now you know that image don't exist nowhere.
Right.
Let's see what we get. It's free. It only takes like 15 seconds.
Beautiful.
And just like that,
I love
I love it. All you do is say 82, 82, 1, and they're laser ready.
Wow.
And if you don't like any of these, you say, hell, create me four more. And it'll create you four more. You just sit there. It usually only take within 2 or 3 tries, you'll get a better version of what you had in mind. I used to be absolutely petrified of this as a graphic artist, but honestly, it's just a great tool. It's made me more busy than ever being able to utilize this and show
bet.
you to use it. So yeah, that's crazy. Now let's say we want something we can actually use on our flower wallet. Let's make it something crazy again. Hold on, I got you. We want a vector. Let's make it a katana. Yeah. We want simple detail on this guy.
Okay.
Black and white format. Pictures out of a ninja chipmunk holding a katana, simple detail, black and white format. Yes, the commas are important between each detail.
Really? All right.
Super important, yeah. Really, the only thing you change here is what I'm lighting up blue. Like you want it to always say vector of blank, simple detail, blah, blah, blah. They're not too bad. Exactly
I
what
love
we're looking for. We'll go with number 2. Copy image. I know my desktop's flooded.
Yeah, I get it.
Paste this over. Again, blurry, terrible. We have to every single time 82, 82, 1. Sometimes on high quality images, I even take the noise up. Let me explain why. I zoom in really close. You see that nastiness right there?
Yeah.
Take the noise up to 15 or 20. Ta-da!
Gotcha.
You can also, the one thing you may adjust is the threshold. Now watch this. If I take it down, it's going to be less bold.
Right.
If I take it up, more bold. Probably too bold. Yeah, ugly.
Yeah.
Take it back down. Yeah. Expand, making it permanent. You know what? I really don't want those.
Yep.
I don't want that. That's going to look ugly down there, but I'm going to get rid of that in a second. Okay. Bring him on over and shrink him on down. Oh, hold on. I see a little tiny dot. All right. Now shrink it down inside of my.
Quick question. They're all auto grouped.
What do you mean? Oh, yeah. This is
All the
completely.
lines it's one image, one vector. Okay.
Yeah. If you wanted to ungroup it, obviously, you can go to properties, ungroup.
That's where it is. Okay.
Or what I do, if you hold control, you notice that my mouse turns white.
Gotcha.
When your mouse is white, everything is its own entity. You see? And you can ungroup and just easily flop by holding control.
Beautiful.
Hold on. This one might be better to the side. I need to pull this to this one. I'm going to pull them away so I have room. Shrink it down. I like it right there. Now, I cannot cut this the same way and just bring it on down and expect for it to look good. I can see right through him and it looks terrible.
Right.
So anytime you're stacking vectors, you must add an object path, offset, an offset to that image. It really don't matter.
What does offset actually mean?
An offset.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah, it's just like a shadow shape around
Gotcha.
the.
Yep.
It doesn't matter if you use 2, 4, 6, as long as it's a positive number that's completely engulfing your object. I'm going to click cancel because that black dot was throwing me off.
The big, yep.
I'm going to retry that offset one more time. Path, offset, 1 millimeter is a positive. Everyone forgets, this is important, to click unite. You see all the blue intersecting lines?
Yep.
It will engrave exactly the way you see it. Click unite to close those. My least favorite part is that you have to go and delete the survivors.
Right.
You can hold shift to click multiple. You didn't delete your chipmunk. It's behind the black color.
Gotcha.
Go to any color at all. Send it to the back. I personally like a stroke. Now we can cut. Bring the blue to the front. Click them both. Clipping mask, the most used tool. You'll use it so much, might as well learn Control 7.
Right.
Click them both. vertical center. All right, let's add one more thing in the background. Let's see what else we can add to this. Definitely not a dragon. I'm just looking for anything up the top that would look cool. Got it. That's perfect. Copy image. Paste it in. Obviously 82, 82, 1. You won't forget that one. I know that. I burned that in there. Ignore preview. It don't matter which one we pick. I kind of like 2.
Yep.
Click expand. Look, it's grouped. But remember, if I hold control, I can now say, you know what? I don't like those. Position it where you want. Oh, that's too big still. This might be a little cluttered, but I just want to show you the process. Say we want this right there. Well, that looks terrible. So I have to offset it the same way I did the chipmunk. Every new layer, new offset, and a new color. So look, just like before, I have to click Unite, assign any color we've not yet used. I personally like light colors. Send it to the back, same process. And give it a stroke. The stroke is optional. Click the chipmunk, right click, arrange, bring to front. That's how you stack. Now, I think that looks actually terrible now that I'm looking at it, so I'm going to delete it. But you get the point, right?
Absolutely.
So at this point, if we thought, a lot of people think this is it. I wish we could just send it to the laser. If we send it to the laser right now.
That's what I was just going to ask. It's going to engrave everything, right?
Yes, it's going to engrave exactly the way you see it.
Yeah.
Step done. There's a 7-step. By the way, this is called line mode. To get there, I was clicking Control Y, but view outline is the non-shortcut way to get there.
Gotcha.
We got to do 7 steps in exact perfect order to get this laser ready. This is one of the hardest parts to memorize. You got to get there eventually. And I send you a chart with these on there too. So it's
No
not
worries. And I've got this recorded, so.
Step 1, object expand. Always okay. Step 2, effect, pathfinder, merge. Number 3, effect, apply the merge.
Okay.
Number 4, magic wand, the little sparkler looking guy.
Yep.
Click anywhere at all on the artwork. Step number 5, select inverse. Number 6 is to reselect it all. That's it, literally just reselect it. Number 7 is expand appearance. What this has done, it has broken everything on the outside of that template. We got one more issue. Behind the color is still the other design.
Yeah.
Lightburn is going to see right through that color and hit that design. So after the 7 steps, the final step is to click more options, merge. Merge deletes anything behind the color. You see the lines on top of the chipmunk right now? If I click merge, see it go flat?
Yep.
There's
Now,
not-
it will always delete what's behind?
It'll
the layer
always delete
behind?
what's behind only.
Okay, cool.
Yep. And as you see, there's not one intersection
Yep.
anymore. There is no need for the colors. Instead of being this person, this will take me all week. So what I'm going to do is use my magic wand right here. Look, click a color. Every color selected, that's the same. Delete. Click a color. Delete. Click a color. Delete. That's it. It's the same process for anything. All you need is a flat picture, draw the shape, use the shape as a cookie cutter, and just go through this process, and watch. You can just copy it, Lord have mercy. Let me zoom out. Right click, paste. Perfection. Again, P for center.
Yep.
Click back on the dotted square and just get lined up to your piece if we had this. Obviously, this is just example.
Right.
But yeah, man, that's it. Now, that's everything we've talked about and done today. It's not even 6%.
Amazing.
We don't get into the 3D stuff yet. On
No
class,
worries.
we do a whole big old bunch of this stuff, but we got to walk a little bit before we can run.
Oh yeah, I get it.
I also will be going over actually how to draw some of this stuff. Now, I know that's an intimidating word, but understand it will be. Watch this. Your paintbrush, I'm going to send you my user-defined brushes.
All right.
Watch this. Literally, you could have first-degree Parkinson's disorder and draw like a pro. Now, watch this. It's crap, right?
Yep.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Now, let me try again. Now, watch this. Terrible. I'm going to let go.
How'd you do that?
The fidelity will always pretty much self-correct to where you have really, you just have to have a vision and it'll do the rest for you. You see?
That's amazing.
So yeah, man, these $100 scrolls you see people selling, ain't nothing to it once you know the process.
Jesus. Wow.
Have you seen what some people sell artwork for?
No, I haven't looked at that at all, but
Here's my competition, the biggest guy. His name is Frag Out Designs.
uh-huh.
Now, this is not for that gun. This is for you to buy the artwork to go on.
Holy shit.
Yeah. Now, when I tell people I send you about $15,000 worth of artwork free with my classes, people think I'm exaggerating. I'm not even a little bit. Even just templates for like some of this stuff is like $400 to $600.
Wow.
No, crazy. So I'm going to send you every firearm template for anything. I'm going to send you
Wow.
endless designs and just 3D models and stuff that's all laser ready. But more importantly, you'll know how to make your own.
That's
Is there
so
anything?
impressive.
I always leave 10 minutes open at the end. Is there anything we did not talk about that you were really looking forward to today? Besides 3D cutting and pictures. I can't do those on class 1.
No, yeah, of course not. No,
Yeah.
not at all. I'm really impressed and happy. And I thought we would be like, I was like, oh man, with a 30 watt, we're going to be sitting there shooting the shit for so long and, and all that. And not at all. This was content packed. This is amazing.
Yeah, man. We're other classes will be even slower. Like I said, we'll do one full class. On class 2, usually what we focus on is making a template, kind of what we just did, but we do it very slow. I tell everybody to bring a butter knife to class 2. I know that sounds ridiculous, but it's the best thing ever. We're going to take a flat picture, trace it out, get lined up to it, and pretty much it's the same settings.
All right.
With all this said, did you want to do the hourly rate at $60 an hour or the 10 classes for the 500?
I say the 10 classes work for me.
I got you, man.
I mean, during the Christmas period, I might have to like skip a Thursday or something. And
watch this.
I'm sure you've got stuff too. So
can you see me?
yeah.
I try my absolute damnedest to convince everybody to sign, not pay for it, but at least sign on for all 10. Most people say they want to try it first, which I completely understand. But here's the bad news. I am booked up 14 hours a day until May next year.
Jesus Christ.
I've not went on a date in 7 years. I've not ate. I did not eat yesterday. I run off 3 hours of sleep. It's crazy. This is all I do. So that's the bad news. I think I actually got good news though, actually. Hold on. I think there's a guy named Brian Price that said that he has to cancel his classes because he got sick, I think. Let me make sure. If so, we could pick up in January.
All right. That'd be great.
Let's see, Brian Price. Yeah, he's not replied in 4 days after me asking 6 times. So I'm going to take that as he needs to move it. Brian Price. That would be January 15th, 22nd. Yeah, that gives us a big old list. All right.
Great.
Oh, we could pick up as early as January 15th and be every week from like the 15th to 20th. Well, that just depends if these times work. Now, hold on. Let me call you real quick.
You bet.
So just so you can see my screen. Where you at? Hey, no way. Oh, there you are. Is that your dog?
Yeah.
I got two little Shih Tzus. They're my world.
Oh, do you really? Enter passcode. There we go.
All right. You see my screen?
I do.
All right. Oh, first of all,
That's
Look.
my old dog.
there's those line intervals. See, like everything we covered.
Oh,
at the
yeah.
beginning?
Yep.
All right. And calendar. What time of the day is best for you? Like this is what I have open before next April is going to be January 15th, pretty much every day from 4 to 5. I mean, not every day, but week apart.
Gotcha. In January, I'm wide open until the next semester starts on like the 28th. So I can do any time pretty much in January
After the 28th?
before the 28th.
Oh,
Now, after the 28th, I can do Wednesdays, but every other Wednesday.
I wonder if the 5th and the 12th, would that be considered every other Wednesday for the 5th and the 12th? I have those two open. No, the 5th would be the first.
If I get a heads up, I can schedule. I scuba dive, I clean the tanks at an aquarium every other Wednesday.
I got you.
So
Well, yeah,
and I'm
can.
not sure I'd be open at that time, but
Well, we can pick up a couple of these from this gentleman, or we could just pick up back to back in May. I know it's a crazy waiting period, but I promise it's worth it. Any
I
person
know.
train you. It's not like it's my busy season. My schedule has looked like this for 7 years.
That's bonkers.
I got 2 years left in me, and I don't know. I don't know.
All right. But Wednesday, January 15th, I can absolutely do at that time if that works for you.
Absolutely.
Wednesday, January 22, I can definitely do at that time. You know what? I can move my dive days to Fridays. So yeah, I can do Wednesdays. I'll just change to Fridays for my dive days. So yeah, Wednesdays work for me.
So these work too, like the 22nd, the 29th, and the 5th. All right. Hell yeah, that's every one of those. What about that last one down there, February 18th?
Tuesdays I can't do.
All right, we'll leave that one. I'll just leave that one open. All right, let me change every one of these. We said Wednesday. MARCO. What the hell? There we go.
Just so you know, that my last name is actually DeMarco, and there's another N in my name. The only reason I have my name fake on Facebook is so my students can't find my Facebook.
Oh, I completely understand.
Instagram, so
I completely understand. 4 to 5. Yep. We can take that one. Yep. I'm gonna send you a screenshot of all these, by the way.
oh, perfect. I was just about to take a screenshot. So
I got you. MARCO. 4 to 5. Yep. One more. MARCO. 4 to 5. Yep. And I'll just call this one open. OPM. For someone else. OPM. Save. All right. So let's see what's happening. See how many we have on there. See how many we have. MARCO. Come on. I can't type tonight. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we owe 4 more.
all right.
So those will have to be added. I mean, that'll actually be good. So right after Christmas,
That actually will. I was just thinking that actually will be good. Yeah.
that'll give us, 1 full month to do a lot of classes. And honestly, the people that have a little break between them go further with it because they have time to watch the videos,
Yep.
practice, get better questions. Let me see. You said Wednesdays are still good?
Yep.
What time on Wednesday? Pretty much any time. Are you off on
Yeah,
Wednesday?
pretty much.
Good. Is this time too late? 9 o'clock? Is that too late?
Nah, not for me. Nah.
Just one of them here. 9 to 10. Are we both central? What time are you right there?
I'm Eastern.
Is it 10:48 there?
You got it.
Oh shit. Um, yeah, if that's not too late, those are open. That's
All right.
RCO, not all of them, but a couple of them that late. Next week. Now these will be early. I can do any time these days. Can you do pretty much any time, like on a Tuesday in the evening, like at 9 to 10 or 7 to 8?
So, yeah,
Would 7 work?
7 works. 7 your time or my time? Doesn't
My-
really matter, but
Yeah, my time.
okay.
We'll put one more and then count them in and we got on here. We'll do this one on a Wednesday, MARCO. We'll keep it at 7. All right, let's count. MARCO. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Perfect. Now, hold up. Screenshot. Screenshot of these. Oh, shit. My phone's at 1%. Let me hang up. Hold on, let me plug it up over here. Oh, perfect timing. Holy shit.
You really did notice that in the nick of time.
Right. Hey, what do you want to do? PayPal, Cash App, or Venmo?
Yeah, but I don't have Cash App, but between PayPal and Venmo, does one work better for you?
I like PayPal a whole lot.
I'll do PayPal then.
All right. There's I just sent you a link. Hey, don't forget, it's a complete tax write-off for you as well, the training.
Oh, believe me, I know that.
All right. Now, hold on. While you're doing that, I just sent you a link to your Facebook. I'm going to send you a bunch of files over here.
Okay,
Can I send it to this same one?
absolutely.
1, 2, pull her over. Now, that'll take a second. Now, let me put you on a list. Just let me know when I sent you my PayPal link. Like I said, I know you don't have it on your phone. So just when you get off, do it. Oh, and if you don't mind, it's still a write-off. It still sends you a receipt, but do friends and family.
Oh yeah,
If
absolutely.
you don't, you're just paying Uncle Sam $300.
Exactly. Yeah, I got it.
Where the hell did my pen go so I can write this down? Let me grab one. Got it. All right, let me write a quick note while that's loading. MARIAMARCO. All righty, man. Well,
For you.
man, good, bad, or ugly, it would mean the world. Post a review up in one of the laser groups.
Oh,
I
absolutely.
only go by word of mouth. I sadly don't get time to play anymore, sadly, you know.
Yeah,
But yeah, man. Hey, you got my actual phone number, right?
I do.
All right. Yeah. If you ever message me and I don't respond for 2 days, I've not ran off on you.
I got it.
If you call me, I will answer. Most people think I don't want to call you. You're always in classes. My phone's
I
on.
know. I feel that way.
I won't see it. You know what I mean? Like
Gotcha.
I'll call you at the end of the day or when I can.
All right, that's cool.
All right, man. Well, oh, the videos one more time.
Yep.
The videos only go to you. So if you go to your document folder, Zoom,
Mm-hmm.
it'll just instantly slap it right there for you. Every time we do one, they'll be right down the list there.
Excellent.
All right, man. Just give me a call if you get caught up with anything.
This has been fantastic.
Oh, man, I'm so glad you enjoyed it.
Could not be happier, man.
Awesome, man. Well, please keep me updated with pictures.
I will. I
Right.
will. I'm excited to start to practice with some of the stuff we just learned. So
Sweet.
this looks fantastic. I'm excited.
Oh, look, one more thing too. Here's this. And don't forget, I'm going to send you this other video as well that may just
Okay.
help. Things are explained a little bit differently in this one. And yeah, man, hell, I'll see you in like 3 weeks then. It ain't going to be too
Bet.
crazy. All right. You take it
Sounds
easy.
good. Thanks so much. Get
Absolutely.
some sleep and feel better.
Man, I'm going to get me a pizza in me and I'm going to go shower tonight.
Good for you. What a luxury.
All right, man. Hey, take
All
it
right.
easy. All right.
Thanks a lot.
Yes, ma'am. All right. Bye.